Greetings, greetings. This is Uncle V, and I still unapologetically cover Epic Cash. Okay, let me make sure we're not going to get blown out. Nope, we're good. Hey, everyone, it is Wednesday. It is Epic Cash Live, and I have titled this appropriately. I hope it makes sense. Hey, Les, you were first. Patrick, almost first. You're second. I have titled this, We Choose to Grind. What does that mean? I'm going to unpack that for you today because I think it's very, very important for this amazing, astonishing Epic Cash community to recognize something that despite any headwinds that our project may have, the right steps forward are to grind. And I have to tell you a story that will hopefully add some context to this. First of all, we have Astro, Patrick, Mr. Boers, Ab, great, Cadillac. Hey, lots of people joining the show. I hope it is worth it to you to tune in live. Okay, we choose to grind. What do I mean by that? First, I need to tell you a story. And I have inside information here, which sometimes isn't a bad thing, everyone. Inside information, and it has to do with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football organization. I know someone who is relatively high up at the Bucs, and I apologize for anyone out there who is not from the United States and isn't really familiar with American football. But trust me, what I'm going to share with you is appropriate for any sport, anywhere, any language, any country. As long as you can understand what I'm saying right now, I think you will too make the choice each and every day to choose to grind. Okay, to the story. So, people may know that over the last few years, we have celebrated the fact that we had the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, peace be upon him. Tom Brady came into Tampa, 4 years ago, and his first year, he took us to win the Super Bowl. I believe it was the first year. Yes. It was just astonishing. You know, our team, we had a decade of depression. I mean, no matter how hard that we fought, it was just like, if you think about a crypto chart, it was just like, you know, like this, sometimes down, up a little down, but it was never that, you know, pump, right? It was never that exuberant. We're winning more than 10 games. We're winning playoff games, all of that. Okay. Well, Tom Brady just kind of magically made that happen. And over the last 2 years, we got back, we almost got back to the Super Bowl, but we didn't make it. But what, happened was Tom Brady retired this past year. And now the Buccaneers, we have 2 new quarterbacks, which some people are like, we had a cap hit of Tom Brady for $37 million. That means that we're starting in the red as we build this team. And what has happened is the media and everyone external to the Buccaneers organization is saying they suck. You guys suck. You're dead to us. You don't have the GOAT. You don't have Tom Brady. You're going to go nowhere, right? Well, this is what I learned. And I love him for it, is Todd Bowles, the head coach. He has assembled, they're kind of in, they've assembled all of the players who are getting ready for next season as they select their team and they're trying out and all of that. And what he did is he brought him into a secret gathering and he said, I don't care about any external white noise. That is just white noise. Everybody, I love this, has an opinion like they have an asshole, like they have two elbows. But what we're going to do while everybody is talking shit out there, we choose to grind. And you know what? I would not bet against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, because from what I understand in that locker room, that was such a rallying cry. We choose to grind. They have a huge chip on their shoulder, people, a huge chip. And so they are going to go in and every single freaking day, they are going to grind despite the external noise, despite the ankle biters out there, despite the people who think they're going to lose. And man, oh man, there's a bunch of young kids in there that are in there and they're jazzed, man. And can you imagine that feeling of knowing everybody else out there, you know, is like betting against you, but you know your teammates over there, right there. If you're watching me, you're my teammate. I'm telling you, this Epic community, there is a parallel here that I want to share with you all with the greatest passion I've ever brought to a live stream. And I invite you to choose to grind despite the white noise that is out there. I want to share with everyone what the Urban Dictionary definition of grind means. When you work your ass off and get shit done. When you work your ass off and you get shit done. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of grind. Let me pull this back up here and stop the share. And why am I bringing this up? Because there has been some recent drama in our community. For that, I apologize. For any misunderstandings that I may have had that led me to ask some questions to where I just didn't have the clarity at the time. I apologize to the community. I apologize for any drama that may have created. But despite the perceived misunderstandings and subsequent attempted slander, defamation, tortious interference, threats, despite it all, I choose to grind. Uncle V is going nowhere. No. What am I doing? I've said it before and I'm going to say it right now. My singular focus right now is, I'll say two words 3 times. Mike Adams, Mike Adams, Mike Adams. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, amazing community, I just want to say that while I am proclaiming now, I choose to grind, I'm inviting you to, in the chats, if you agree with me, just type in there, we choose to grind. Because like the Tampa Buccaneers, we may be underdogs. Maybe there's been some internal dissent, but you know, we get through that. We punch through it. Why? Because adults are in the room and we'll work through anything together. Okay. So if you're watching this, I consider you to be on Team Epic. Like-minded individuals choosing to take the high road and grind. That is my plea to all of you. Forget the white noise. Look one direction, and that's forward. Put your oar in the water and row towards the destination. Because you know what about Epic Cash that I have learned over the last 2-3 weeks? Man, it is seared in my soul, everyone. Seared in my soul. Epic Cash is unstoppable. Our Epic Cash tech is unstoppable. Our Epic Cash community is unstoppable, either from internal or external dissent. Why? Because we choose to grind. Get out your frickin' oar and just start rowing. That's what I'm going to do, and I invite you to do it as well. Now, with that, while all the bullshit was going on, I was grinding with my good friend, Mike Adams. And I'm going to share some things with you today. And this may be all over the place because I opened up a whole lot of images that I want to share, screenshots that I want to share. And so if I have to go back and forth or if I missed one, just forgive me, all right? I mean, I just pulled this live stream together because I thought, it's very important for me to get the message across to people that we choose to grind. So is Mike Adams worried about anything, or is he grinding? Well, let me show you. Let me share you some inside baseball. Okay? All right. So this is from Mike. And he said, last night, my devs showed me the working Epic wallet function on Brighteon, the testing site. We are ready to roll that out. How exciting is that? Let me delete that so it clears up the clutter. I'm going to delete grind, clearing up the clutter, and I'm going to go to the next one. So while everybody else is going back and forth in chats and whatnot, I got this. Where is this one? Shoot, people. Stop share. I don't even know. I'm not even seeing that come up on my screen. I feared this might happen. But anyway, let's see if that one comes up. There it goes. We have a group called Operation Ascension, which is a bunch of core folks within Epic that are working with Mike and his team. And he posted in there, we have the code ready now to deploy Epic Cash tipping system across Brighteon. I saw the working code last night, QR codes and all. Just waiting for change now to go live. And then we roll that feature out within 1 to 2 business days. Now, what has Mike Adams preached since we first started interacting with him? Use case, use case, use case. He is such a blessing to the Epic Cash community because he's so forward thinking, because he's like, a couple things. I want the use case, and excuse me if you guys hear a mower in the background, I can't help it. The use case of, he has a lot of content providers on his platform, and he wants people to be able to tip in private money so the Druid Babylonian bastards can't screw with it. Okay, they can't go back and declare you as a contributor an enemy of the state because they didn't like what he had to say or she had to say. No, it's with Epic Cash, which is private money. Okay, an unstoppable blockchain, unconfiscatable blockchain, unsurveilled blockchain. So people are going to be able to tip their favorite content providers with Epic Cash. People are going to buy food across all of his empire, if you will, and be able to use Epic Cash to buy food, to buy anything that they sell. And you know what? I'm just going to do a shout out for Mike's Brighteon and his Health Ranger store audience and customers. You know what I love about them? If you see his products and services, they're very prepper focused. It's people who are forward thinking. They're not just going to wait until the shit hits the fan to be prepared to protect their family. So why do you think Mike Adams fell in love with Epic Cash? It's because he does not fear any extra hoop you might have to jump through to be able to go acquire Epic Cash, either today or tomorrow or the next day when it's the total easy button. His audience has taught him, and by their acts, their orders, is that they are willing to think ahead and be prepared. So if if not being a slave to the CBDCs out there, if that's not in your future, then what you need to do is make sure that you acquire private money, unstoppable money, Epic Cash, Epic private internet cash. Many of you watching already have. Some of you who may be coming over from Brightian and just kind of getting your toe wet in the education, welcome. We welcome you. Welcome to the family. Guess what? Acquire some Epic Cash. One day you will be considered an OG, an old guard. One day you will be considered one of those who, I cannot believe I acquired Epic Cash at under $10, right? Think about that. If you're that guy, if you're that BTC person who truly was in back when it was under $10, and I wonder how many of those folks actually ever held on to their Epic Cash that could brag that I bought under $10 and now it's 25,000 or whatever it is. I don't know, but I will tell you that Mike's audience are our people because they care about their future for them and their family, and having your financial future secured is so very important. So let me delete that. Now, let me show you what might that look like. Mike was kind enough he was very excited, sent this over to me, and look at there. So this is just a test, but take a look at this. For those of you who've been messaging me and we're kind of wigging out a little bit that, because perceived drama or whatever that, is Monero going to outpace Epic Cash? This doesn't say send Monero tip, does it, sports fans? Does it, grinders? No, it says send Epic Cash tip. Doesn't it look great? Doesn't it look great? Now, he's also going to have donate for fiat, which is smart. You need to be able to, tipping is for everyone, just like Epic Cash is for everyone. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. This is a product of what? What is my theme today? Grinding. While others are, what's the word I'm looking for? Drama-ing, we're grinding because we choose to grind. And I hope from here on out, you do too. Okay, well, I addressed, here, let me share with you my response back to Mike. He said, I think this was this 6:59 this morning, I think. We've just achieved Change Now integration with Shopify. Shopify. Do you people recognize how huge Shopify is? And Mike has just cracked the code on integrating into Shopify. He has the code. He's willing to share the code with all of his ginormous network. Do you understand where grinding gets us? We have just achieved Change Now integration with Shopify. On the dev side, of course, we are now paying for orders with BTC. The tool works quite well. They're paying with BTC only because we don't have Epic Cash integrated, and I will address that next. Yet, this means as soon as Change Now goes live with Epic, we will be ready to accept Epic very soon after. Check this out, and that's where he showed me what I just showed you. And my comment was just wow, wow, wow! If only if only your devs were competent. Joking. Amazing, fantastic job, Mike. Now we're cooking with gas. I see there's a lot of people in the comments. Forgive me, I have not looked in there, but I do want to acknowledge all of you and thank you for being there. And I'm seeing some We Choose to Grind. I love it. Thank you, everybody. Smash that like button. We have 36 watching, 29 thumbs up. So let's right that ship. And let's see. So, all right, where are we with the next one? So, Mike Adams, we're talking about Mike Adams. Let me just show with you where we are. Again, back to any of those who were getting a little nervous about him speaking about Monero. Well, you know what? Monero, by its own right, is pretty darn good on his beta scoring system for superior money. Okay. Now, this is not 100% complete yet, because these are the attributes that are important to Mike based upon, again, this is the Mike Adams scoring system based upon what's important for him. With these, I'm just going to quickly walk through these. You have definition of terms. Those definition of terms, Tillman has been working on this with Mike, and thank you, Tillman, you rock. And Tillman has some questions on some of these, and he and Mike haven't been able to final connect yet. So after they final connect and these words change a bit, then we're going to send this to Spencer, who is just amazing. Anything beautiful you've ever seen from Epic Cash is Spencer created. He's going to turn this into something that we can all be proud of. And guess what? It'll be updated as we go. I want you to notice that on Mike's scoring sheet, Epic Cash scores a 90 out of 100. And Monero is not far behind, 86 out of 100. So that's why you hear Mike affectionately referring to Monero as well, because he's fair, and I acknowledge and admire him for that. And I appreciate the fact that it says tip Epic Cash, not tip Monero. So it's good to be first, and I'll tell you how we get to 100. So privacy is number one. Now he weights this, and it's interesting. He wanted to do this process with physical gold, fiat cash, your own bank account with Epic, Bitcoin, Monero, Ethereum, Zcash, and Pirate. So privacy, we get a 20 out of 20. Privacy, in Mike Adams' mind, no one knows how much you have or how you spend it. Confiscation proof, no government can take it from you. P2P, decentralized. We score a 20 out of 20. And by the way, privacy, Monero lost 4 points because of reasons that Mike and I will explain as I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Mike has invited me to do a docu-series where we're going to do a weekly it's not going to be a live stream because he doesn't live stream yet. It's going to be recorded, but then they will edit it and they will upload it to Brighteon, and then I'll get permission to be able to screen record it and upload it to my channel as well. But we're going to be doing this together, where we're going to be going through this, and we're going to go through the quest for superior money as well. So there is going to be a new quest for superior money, and it's going to be with the right side of and left side of Mike Adams' mind too. So we're really excited about that. But that is going to be just a real educational, amazing process where we're going to be talking crypto every single week to his massive audience. So what is that, everyone? It rhymes with mind. Grind. We're going to keep grinding and putting out use case after use case. And what is going to happen to Epic Cash? Who knows? But I don't think it's bad. I kind of think it's probably pointing to the positive, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people start getting familiar with Epic Cash. His whole entire network and all of the content providers get with the Epic Cash on the Epic Cash train. What good comes from that? Except lots. So transaction transmittability. Speed, ease, cost, ability to transmit it to others to carry out transactions. We scored a perfect 15 out of 15 there. Permissionless portability. I love this. I've never heard this before, Mike Adams. Permissionless portability. How easy is it to take with you without permission? I'm going to touch on this, and I'm going to give a wet or award today near the end of the show. So just wait for that, but it has to do with permissionless portability. We get a 10 out of 10 there, sports fans. Store of value, holds value and can be traded. 10. We got a 6 out of 10. So guess what? I guess that's the test of time to be able to see how well it stores value. We're only 2 points behind Bitcoin, 1 point behind Monero, and Pirate. Yeah. Okay. So scalability, ability for this system to handle lots of users efficiently. That he weights that 5. We get 5 out of 5, folks. Censorship proof. No one can stop you from expressing it or using it. So that's weighted 5. We get a 5. So accessibility, ease of acquiring and holding it. That is weighted a 5. We get docked 3 points. We get a 2. However, there's room for improvement there. Ever heard of Change Now? Ever heard of CoinStore? We're going to talk about both of those next. Okay. Let's see. Fungibility. Units of value are not tainted by a history. That's weighted 5. We got a 5 out of 5 because we're perfect. We are perfect with fungibility. Where is our friends Bitcoin? They are imperfect with a 0. Do you see how brilliant this analysis is? Recognizable, widely recognized as a unit of money or value, 5, and Epic gets a 2. We are not widely recognized yet to the greater populace. But guess what? Nobody else is really, even Bitcoin, because you go knock on every one of the doors in your neighborhood and you have a sit down dinner with each one of them and you start talking about Epic Cash. Cryptocurrency in general. And guess what? T-minus 10 minutes before their eyes start glossing over. So that's it, everyone. We have 90 and we have room for immediate improvement that I think happens very, very soon. Okay, so now that we've shared that with you, let me back that out and cancel. No, it's not going to let me, so let me just minimize it. And let's go to Change Now. All right. So let me talk to you about Change Now and CoinStore. Actually, I'm going to start with CoinStore. CoinStore and Change Now, their target dates, their refreshed target dates as of the last couple of weeks has been what? 5/31. What is today? 5/31. Are either of them going to launch? No. Let me talk to you first about CoinStore. Let me first of all talk about integrating Epic Cash. Mimble, Wimble, everything about it. Our Epic box servers, all of that, the ping pong ping, the devs from these exchanges, they take a look at these things and initially they hand wave and they're like, we've done 1 million of them. We're good. And it becomes one of those things that gets put on we'll get to this tomorrow. Now, as the window starts narrowing down, what happens? Deadlines, usually impact positive forward movement and momentum. However, hate to say I told you so. Rewind my last few live streams because I was always suspicious of the 5/31 date because, as I said back then, and I testify right now, our devs had not begun testing, right? So without testing, final testing, nobody's going live, right? That would be a disaster. You get one chance to make a first impression. So you want to err when you're talking about tech integration, you want to err on the side of being conservative. Sometimes it's urgent to do nothing, meaning don't press that green button just yet. So where are we at today? We are in that period to where all the devs on their sides, right? We have their attention. They're engaging. They're starting to test. I wanted Sky King to be on with me today to be able to provide these tech updates. And he said, Uncle V, you don't want me on today. And I'm like, why? And he says, because I'm busy testing with CoinStore and Change Now. So God bless Sky King. I didn't want you on the show anyway. So that's what's happened with Change Now. With CoinStore, they have been more difficult because they have one person in their marketing department that speaks English. Everyone else just speaks, I believe it's Korean. So that has been it's been a challenge. You know, I'm kind of eyes in that group, in the tech integration group. I'm not a tech dude, but you know, I did have my eyes on it because I kind of want to have my fingers on the pulse. And you know, it looked like a cluster, you know what, initially. It's just like any directives that our devs, which shout out, they all are awesome. We have the best devs on the planet. Believe you me. Oh my goodness. And so this isn't on us, everybody. I'm telling you, it's not on us, but we're smart enough to say, no, you're not going live until we all properly kid test, mother approve. I admire that about our techs. They could give a shit about blowback from the community. You get one chance to make a first impression, period, end of story, full stop. So let me show you what I received from Bassam right here, because I reached out to him. And I said, I need to address a community day today on integration, as today was a committed launch day. Please advise, will we be launching or no? If not, when? Also, is the US Guardian on-off ramp for certain going to be mid-June? He said, hey, the integration is almost done. We just need till Friday for testing purposes. For Guardian, for now, yes, by mid-July, everything should be solved and it will be available in the US. Awesome news. Thanks, Bassam. So what is he saying right there is they anticipate by Friday. Do I believe it's going to be by Friday? Yes, next Friday. But it's just because I'm that uncle who's not going to, you know, I'm not going to smoke any hopium based upon a message like that. So for all of you out there, let's give our devs a break, their devs a break, recognize that tech integration with Mimblewimble is hard, recognize it's human nature to kick the ball down the road. We got this. But then when it starts, they're like, oh shit, this isn't as easy as I thought it was. And I'm sorry, Yoga had it right. He said, integrating Mimblewimble is not hard at all. It's just different. So different, it's just a different line of testing, and it kind of breaks some people's brains. So that's where we're at with Change Now. Could not be more excited. Mike Adams already has them integrated in Shopify. Once we're live, the party starts, man. The party starts. I'm wondering, here's a challenge. Here's a challenge out there. I'm wondering which one of us is going to be first to be able to donate Epic to Brighteon to support them or to support an influencer, or who is going to buy food with Epic first. Throwing that out there as a challenge. I'm pretty sure it's going to be me, but I don't know. I don't know. Some of you are pretty quick, but all right, let me close that up. No, I'll close it up, but let me talk to you about Gardarian. Okay. Gardarian is the on-ramp and off-ramp. So as we have said, once we integrate Change Now, then I would say a week after, we should be integrated with Gardarian, which is, don't even worry about it. Just know that what that means is we'll have the functionality of buy and sell at changenow.io of being able to buy and sell with your credit card or a bank wire or whatever. Initially, when we launch with Change Now, the functionality is going to be swap. So you're still going to have to figure out how to go out there and get Bitcoin, right? To be able to swap for Epic Cash. But and Mike said this last night, we had a conversation. He said, I always thought it was going to be that way. I always thought that their regulations were such that, he goes, I wasn't even thinking that there's going to be an on-off ramp to US banks. I mean, literally, that was our conversation last night. He said, so if you're telling me that they're going to have that solved by mid-June, he said, that's a huge bonus. He said, I was prepared to be able to talk to my audience and just say, no, you're going to have to go out, you're going to have to buy buy Bitcoin and then go to Change Now and swap it. But that's a lot easier than going out and buying Bitcoin and then going through 27 steps within multi-wallet exchange to be able to buy Epic. And I'm being a little bit facetious there. I don't think it's 27 steps, but as we know, it's not the easy button, especially for newbies. But again, back to Mike Adams' audience, they're preppers. They're not afraid to jump through a hoop or two to be able to protect themselves in the future. They are preppers. Preppers prep. Preppers go through whatever it takes to protect their family, themselves, and now their financial futures. So this is a good thing. So Gardarian, the issue was apparently all on-off ramps besides the EU were temporarily shut down for some reason that I don't know or understand. I'm not going to pretend to. But you are in the know. I'm going out on a limb thinking that Change Now is going to be integrated by next Friday, and by mid-month, Gardarian after that. That would have been the time frame anyway from implementation. And if you haven't been paying attention, everybody, our initial thought was we would be integrating with Change Now in July, and then Gardarian would be in August. I have the live streams. You can rewind and go back. So does it really matter that we didn't go live on today, 5/31? No. In a year, is it going to matter whether we go live on June 15th or July 1st? No. What are we doing, everyone? We're simply grinding. We're grinding towards it's plan, do, review, plan, do, review. So simple in business, plan, do, review. The key is we're doing right now. We planned it, we're doing it. And once it launches, we're going to review. If we can improve on it, we'll figure out how we can. But this is all good, everyone. Okay, now I want to let's see. So this is kind of fun. I'm going to, you know what? No, before I finish with something fun, I want to talk about, one other thing. No, I'm not going to talk about that. I do want to give you my favorite meme. This is my favorite Epic meme ever. Actually, I keep it on my desktop permanently. I just love this. To me, in one picture, that is Epic Cash. That is so beautiful. I hope everyone enjoys that as much as I do and just really, absorbs that. All All right, now let me show you this. We are going to talk about George. My name's George. We're all George. As you all know, Enrique L McMurphy, he was a guest on FOMO or Pass with George. And as we can see right here, I just checked this morning. We haven't been, it's like a month ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And right after the 2 weeks ago, Enrique was on. And they have not come out with that interview, which is interesting to me. I don't know what to read into it, but or maybe they're just so way behind on all of the other videos that they're doing that it's just kind of on the standing in line to be edited. But I just wanted to update everyone. We have not been, we don't know whether it's a FOMO into Epic Cash or pass on Epic Cash, according to George. All right, last thing I want to do, I want to give my Wet Ore in the Water Award. My Wet Ore in the Water Award. And it is going to go to a gentleman named Bart. Bart, if you're watching, I know we're just recently friends, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I am really grateful for you and your outreach to me. Who's Bart? Bart came over from Mike Adams. He's part of Mike Adams' audience. I don't know, customers, whatever, followers, subscribers. And he heard Mike and I riffing about what Mike talks about is that, what was it? The portability, being able to memorize your keywords, be dressed in your birthday suit, cross a border, and have all the cavities examined, and you get to go through the other side. Because good luck if you had to do that same exercise and all you held was gold for your wealth. I don't know about you, but my cavity just no, thank you. No, thank you. What about silver? That's even worse. Fiat, cash gets thick. So Mike Adams is like, look, if you can memorize your 24 keywords, you can take your wealth anywhere. That is true portability of wealth. You can move value privately and you don't have to put it up your butt. Monkman, you're going to do something with that. Oh, it's good to be in a better mood. Okay, let's go to Bart. Hold on. All right, here we go. He said, hey, I saw in a recent show that you asked if there was some way to easily remember lots of information like seed phrases. Well, there is a way if you're still looking for one. Now, this was today. So just in time for the live stream, I said, do tell, Bart. Let me minimize that. And let me go to, I'm just going to read to you guys. I think, let's see, is this the one that's, nope. Stop. Let me screen share the other one. Is that it? Nope. Did the same one. User error, screen share. Now I'll do it. There you go. Now I'm going to read it to you guys and just absorb this. You don't have to process it. You don't have to agree with it. I just want to let you know what a wet ore looks like. It's somebody leading with their chin, not their hand out. He did not tee this up by saying, if you pay me X, I'll give you the keys to the kingdom, the idea. No, this is what I love. This is what I love about this freaking community. We grind. This is his wet ore grind, if you will. Well, you just turn each word into a GIF image that redundantly depicts the word in a way that is dynamic and or emotional and or whimsical. For example, if your first word is rhino, then you could have the image of a rhino lifting up a watermelon rind in the shape of an O. So it's a rhino holding a rind O. Then you can make a little emotional by making the rhino shocked that someone ate his watermelon and now all he has is an empty rind. So it's dynamic with movement, and it's a little emotional, and it's sort of whimsical and silly. Then if you have a harder word like fantasy, that's kind of a harder thing to represent. So you can represent it phonetically by the sounds of the word. You can have lassie with a St. Bernard collar around his neck, holding a can of Fanta soda, and now she's Fanta Lassie, right? And on her back is a fan blowing on an oversized ant with a huge ass. So now it's Fanta Lassie with a fan ant assy on her back. And then you just connect the gifts together so that you can have the rhino turning to Fanta Lassie and saying, can you believe this? Someone ate my whole watermelon. And, okay, screen sharing has stopped. And let me go to the next one. And then you just connect the gifts together, blah, 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 turning to Fanta Lassie saying, can you believe this? Someone ate my whole watermelon. And Lassie barks at him because she totally understands the frustration. If you take a little, this is what really hit home with me, because I think this is right. Because I was thinking, well, what Mike would say, if you're going to make a little book out of this or whatever, then you still have a physical book that you have to transport, but he addresses that here. If you take a little while to make these GIF images, then you'll have it in your head the rest of your life. This is how they do those competitions where they remember thousands of different words in a fairly short window. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a wet or. I am really, really impressed with you, Bart. I want to unpack that further. Like I said, I responded back and asked if you wanted to come on my live stream. I don't know if you're that kind of person, but that's open invitation. Would love to have you on and be able to riff about that. And if anybody else has any ideas, I have personally memorized my 24 seed words I've shared before. I started on a plane ride from Tampa, Florida to Los Angeles, California. It was 5 hours. And I literally was just kind of writing a little story the whole time, doing a little bit of what he's saying, to where every word I thought of, I made a story that tied into the next seed phrase. And it worked. It worked. Then for every day for the next week, I would simply get out a piece of paper and I would write my seed words out. I did it every single day for a week. Now, that was about 4 months ago. No way I could do it right now. So it's something that you have to practice, but it can be done, is the message. So everyone, I don't know if this live stream was a wow, I don't know. It's just, I've been a little emotional over the last couple of weeks, and I have tried to, my words, take the high road and just not engage in the drama, and which is very hard for me, by the way. You guys know me. It's like I'm one of these people that'll say, no, you move, so it was very hard for me. But I did believe that the community needed somewhat of an answer, and I wanted to turn it into a positive, which is we choose to grind. And with that, my friends, I'm wishing you a wonderful 5/31. May 31st, even though we didn't launch on Coinstore, even though we didn't launch on Change Now, it's not if, it is when. You get one chance to make a first impression. And I think we've all collectively made the right decisions. So please know that I love you, everyone in this community, and I am so grateful to be here. And I could not be more excited about our future. And Mike Adams, big shout out to you. I'm learning from you every day. I know you say the same about me, but sir, you know, I'm taking notes and we're going to do amazing things together. By the way, everybody, I will soon as he's able to take his eye off of the Epic Cash integration into enabling their platform to live stream. There will be a day, and I'll give you fair warning, to where I will begin solely live streaming to Brighteon. And that's a decentralized platform where I never have to worry about anyone trying to take down my videos or ban me or give me strikes. Not going to happen on Brighteon. And that's what Mike Adams and freedom is all about. I am pro-freedom, as he is, and I know you are too if you're watching this. Okay, well, on Friday, we'll be back. That's less than 48 hours.